a little bit of work to the car. I had took pictures of this. I'm going to show you the pictures right here. The reason I had to redo this, because you know last year I did all that body work. If you look over here, the quarter is even with the taillight. You look here, the quarter is even with the taillight. Over here, it wasn't. Now there's Bondo on this side too, from when I did it the first time. I didn't have the taillight housing on the quarter when I did the quarter, so it didn't quite line up, and that's a confusing thing to explain. But basically, when this car was getting back halved, the guy that I got it off of had bonded taillight housings to the quarters, and when he did that, he had knocked all this low and fiberglassed it, and I was kind of going to the wrong edge with this, so it was fine until you got to about here, and it started going narrow, so I fixed that. Another thing I have noticed, and again, part of it might have been my fault. I did the join of this quarter right in the middle of an arch. Yeah, that might have been my fault. I really like how the quarter skins I bought fit, but they are aftermarket. Even good aftermarket is still aftermarket, and that means that your edge here, your body line, isn't exactly factory. So on this quarter, you either have the wrong body line plumb until you get to the end of it, and then it don't line up with your taillight housing, or over about a yard you blend it in, and you blend it in here too. That was a little better and easier on this section because of the way this kind of flattens out anyway. But you basically, there's just a body line there, and then there's a lip all the way back through here. That's just, these cars really, they look simple. There's really not a flat panel on them. Everything's rounded and curved. So, all right, I've done this. It should block out pretty damn good now. I wanted to mention something that happened that really shouldn't have happened. It was my fault. There's a reason there's rust on my trunk floor. I'll just put this in a video or something. Last night, I took a picture of this, and there was water in this lower channel up to the window. It's not really warm enough for that to evaporate like that. That would be fine and all, but this isn't. I mean, it should be known that these cars had this issue when they were new. That's the reason, the majority of the time, that these kickdowns, drop-offs, rusted. The rear windows rust the channel, and they start leaking into the car. I had fiberglassed that back when I first fixed this car, and apparently it had leaked this entire time, but it didn't matter because this wasn't sealed up. I actually did too good of a job sealing that up and had to take a drill and drill a hole to let the water out. I am very happy that I noticed this before it froze, because if it had froze with water down in that, it would have buckled my quarter panel. Just like, you can kind of see where rust is trying to come through the seam sealer right there, but I drilled a hole. I'm going to basically pretend that I didn't see that. I'm going to maybe wipe it out and spray some paint down in there, but I'm going to, for the most part, pretend that I didn't see that. And then in 10 years, when the bottom of the quarter's loose, if YouTube's still around by then, hey, I told you it was going to come back, and it probably will here too. And I'm not trying to be a negative person, but anytime you're restoring a car or you're fixing a car, it's to prolong the car. It's not to make it last forever. They rust. That's what they do. And there's really nothing you can do to make it last forever. It would help you, I guess, if you had it in a heated and air-conditioned environment 24/7, 365 for its entire life. But what's the point of having a car that you can't drive? So, all right. I don't think I showed you this. I showed you these. But those are the original sun visors for this car. You can kind of tell that they're rough. I do not allow anybody to finger them. The rearview mirror is this car's rearview mirror. The bracket and the plastic piece is off Dad's red car. And you can see out of it, so that's an improvement. I drove this car all last year without a single mirror. So anything's better than nothing, right? I wanted to kind of mention one more thing. It's kind of an idea I've got. And the way it is right now, it would be the perfect time to experiment. Normally on a 67 Super Sport, you will have a supposed to be satin black tail panel. And I like that. That's what I did last time. That's why this is still black. But I don't really want to do that this time. I want to do it a little bit different. And since I'm going to go ahead and do a black fade down the side of the car on both sides, as you can see from this, that's how this car was. This is the original quarter. And you can kind of see a tape line. You can kind of still see the black too. But that was the fade this car had. Since this car is going to have that down the sides, I've considered going ahead, since I painted this tail panel, starting about right here and doing that back here. Either just a black fade or tape lace down on the tail panel and solid black the lace. Not really decided which way to go on that. I know it's not stock, so there's going to be the negative people commenting, but that's just what I want to do because it's different. So anyway, tell me what you think. I might go ahead and do that because this piece is already painted. So I could just go ahead and sand it and tape it up and spray it and then clear it. And that would be able to be taped up and covered up and left alone. I'll see you again next time. And thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe for more. Bye.